Hello, this is a short review related to burns. We'll start off by looking at the rule of nines and then have 5 review questions. I'll pause at the beginning of each question, give you a moment to read it. If you need more time, then you can always just pause this video and then resume when you're ready. Here we go. Rule of nines. So sometimes they might have a question, they'll describe a burn and ask the percentage of the body burned. Just one of the big things to keep an eye out for is how they describe the wound. Do they say it's an entire arm or anterior posterior portion? Because if it was to be anterior posterior, that would only be 4.5% versus an entire arm, of course, would be 9. Or if they do a full burn across the whole back, that would be 18%. The wording is the trickiest part in making sure that you get the proper number. One thing also keep in mind, one of the common creams that you might put on a burn is Silvadene cream. So make sure you are familiar with Silvadene cream. Here are your practice questions. And the answer. So if you got that right, great. Got a different number than that. The way we come about that, posterior trunk, so that is the full back there, that would be 18%. The right arm, since it doesn't say specifically one side or the other, that would include the full arm, that'd be 9%. Posterior leg, another 9%, giving a total of 36%. Okay, the answer, hey, creatinine. With gentamicin, that is a medication that can be nephrotoxic. If you absorb enough through the burn wounds, you could have an effect on the kidney. So what we're really looking for is any change in kidney function. Anybody who is on this particular medication would want to be monitored for kidney function. The other 3 answers, they don't apply to use of this medication. All right, so let's see what you got here. Did we pick IV fluids? We want to think about what's the safest option for this person here. What do we think is really going on? Blood pressure really low, heart rate really high, respiratory rate high, very pale, hard to find pedal pulses. When your blood pressure is low like that, it would be expected to actually be difficult to find a pedal pulse. Good chance at below 90 or so, you're not going to be able to find them. Basically, what we see here are signs and symptoms that the patient is going into shock. Indications are hypovolemic shock. Okay, did we get drawn into documenting those findings? At a glance, you might think, oh good, he's not wheezing any longer. Must be improving, and want to document that. but it does not give any actual indication of what the change in condition is. So anytime you're presented with information like this, you have to be prepared for the worst. The fact that he's not wheezing anymore, it's highly likely that the airway is actually closing up. If that's the case, then none of the other 3 options are going to benefit this patient whatsoever. So always being prepared for a worsening condition or being able to help somebody if things go wrong, that makes this the safest answer for you. All right. First thing we're thinking about here is, what does this medication actually do? After you have a severe burn injury, the body will start producing more hydrochloric acid. We have a sympathetic nervous system effect here that we need to counter. Tegamet itself will actually decrease production of acid, helping to prevent any further complications. It does not have any effect, or does not have the benefit of the other 3 options. Alright, well, that actually wraps up this short presentation on burns. Thank you very much.